We know that this community, sometimes community members get emotional when they see a body lying there, but I just want to point out that sometimes folks feel it's out of disrespect, it's out of lack of sensitivity. But what's most important for us, once we've stabilized the scene, is to investigate, which high on our list is to investigate an incident to ensure that we can provide the evidence that a grand jury and this community will need to see to make a well-informed decision as to the legality of the use of deadly force. This morning, our officer, as much as we didn't want to see him lie there for hours in the pool of his own blood, we recognized that in order to conduct an appropriate investigation, that was a sacrifice we had to make. And as you all know, yesterday some tempers did flare momentarily, but control and peace was restored very quickly. I personally reviewed audio tapes. We have patrol car video, 911 tapes, and so this entire incident in certain pieces, because it's a moving incident with the suspect moving back and forth across the street, is captured either by video or by audio. But the most important piece that this community needs to know is that we have civilian witnesses that actually witnessed the incident, and that we're in a very good position to witness the incident. We will, in the interest of transparency, push to have as much of the audio and video released to the public sooner rather than later. And all I would ask for those folks that question whether or not it is a lawful shooting, all I would ask is that you wait to hold your final judgment until we release this information. The officer involved is Officer Eric Copeland, C-O-P-L-A-N-D. He's been with the Austin Police Department since September 14, 2009. The officer was transported to a local hospital where he was diagnosed with a broken finger. I was remiss in stating that during the fight, the suspect grabbed the officer's radio mic cord and actually tried to choke him with his own cord. We have pictures of the officer's neck, and you can actually see where that occurred, and that's supported by other evidence. The officer is Officer Eric Copeland, and he's been with the PD since September 14, 2009. He was treated and released. He has been placed on administrative leave with pay, which is our normal protocol, pending further analysis of the evidence and further in-depth review of the investigation, pending return of his chemical testing we do on all of our officers, which is standard procedure, and pending an evaluation by our departmental psychologist. The deceased suspect is Mr. Ahmede Jabbar, J-A-B-B-A-R, Bradley, B-R-A-D-L-E-Y. He's a male black adult. Date of birth was September 26, 1976. Questions are asked why he was running. I can tell you he had good reason. But at this point, I don't think it would be wise to discuss it much further. There are folks that would advocate that the police should never chase anybody. Well, here's my perspective as a parent, as a resident and citizen of this community, and as a law-abiding citizen. I would say that if you look at the victims of crime in this city and throughout this country, that they would beg to differ. Not only would they expect us to reasonably chase the suspect, the Code of Criminal Procedures in the state requires police officers have a lawful obligation to actually try to catch suspects and criminals. On the flip side of that argument, I would say that we have got to teach people that no matter what you're involved in when you run from the police, it is placing citizens at risk, it places the suspect running at risk, it places the police officers at risk. So I think the flip side of that coin is we have got to stop running from the police. I've said it before and I'll say it again. I don't care if a person is Jeffrey Dahmer. The pain of a mother or of a father is real, no matter who their child is. It's their blood, their flesh, and our hearts go out to that family.